Hello everyone, myself Mohan, Assistant Professor in Zoology. Today I shall be presenting a talk on ribosomes, their ultrastructure and functions. The word ribosome is derived from ribo, meaning ribonucleic acid, and somes, which is a Greek word soma, meaning body. So ribonucleic acid bodies are called as ribosomes. These are tiny spheroidal dense particles ranging around 150 to 200 angstroms in diameters, and they'll be freely floating in the cytoplasm, or they will also be attached to certain organelles within the cell like endoplasmic reticulum. And these are primarily found in most prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Ribosomes are the sites of protein synthesis. In prokaryotic cells, the ribosomes are often seen freely floating in the cytoplasm, whereas in eukaryotic cells, the ribosomes either occur freely in the cytoplasm or remain attached to the outer surface of the membranes of endoplasmic reticulum, which are termed as rough endoplasmic reticulum. They are the structures containing approximately equal amounts of RNA and proteins, and serves as a scaffold for the ordered interaction of the numerous molecules involved in protein synthesis. The location of the ribosomes in a cell determines what kind of protein it makes. When ribosomes are attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, it's called RER, whereas in the other parts of the endoplasmic reticulum, which is called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum, is devoid of ribosomes. Proteins made on the RER, or rough endoplasmic reticulum, are used for usage inside the cell or outside the cell, and they are usually recruited to the plasma membrane if they are meant to be outside the cell. The number of ribosomes in cell depends on the activity of the cell. On average, a mammalian cell, there can be around 10 million ribosomes. So, looking at the structure, it's made up of complex of RNAs and proteins, and therefore it is called as ribonucleoprotein. Around 37 to 62% of ribosome is comprised of RNA, and the rest is protein. Each ribosome is divided into two subunits, a smaller subunit which binds to a larger subunit and the mRNA pattern, and a larger subunit which binds to the tRNA, the amino acids, and the smaller subunit. Whereas prokaryotes have 70S ribosomes respectively, the subunits comprising the little subunit of 30S and the bigger subunit of 50S. The small subunit has a 16S RNA. Here the S indicates the sedimentation value or even the Swedberg values, consisting of around 1540 nucleotides. That is, the 16S RNA consists of around 1540 nucleotides bound to 21 proteins. The large subunit is composed of a 5S RNA subunit and also a 23S RNA subunit and 31 proteins. Whereas eukaryotes have 80S ribosomes comprising of little, that is 40S RNA and 60S RNA subunits. The smaller 40S subRNA, 40S ribosomal subunit is prolate ellipsoid in shape and consists of 1 molecules of 18S ribosomal RNA and also 30 proteins, named usually S1, S2, S3 and so on. Whereas a larger 60S ribosomal subunit is round, . 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 60S ribo in shape and contains channel through which growing polypeptide chain makes its exit. So there is a E site called exit site. It consists of three types of rRNA molecules like 20S rRNA, 5.8 rRNA, 5S rRNA, and around 40 proteins named as L1, L2, L3, and so on. It is a pretty complex structure. The difference between the ribosomes of bacterial and eukaryotic ribosomes are basically used to create antibiotics that can destroy bacterial infection without harming human cells. The ribosomes seen in the chloroplast of mitochondria of eukaryotes are comprised of big and little subunits composed of proteins inside a 70S particle. The ribosomes share a core structure that is similar to all ribosomes despite differences in its size. The two subunits fit together and work as one to translate the mRNA into a polypeptide chain during protein synthesis. Because they are formed from two subunits of non-equal size, they are slightly longer in the axis than in diameter. And during protein synthesis, when multiple ribosomes are attached to the same mRNA strand, this structure is known as polysomes. So the existence of ribosome is kind of temporary. After the synthesis of polypeptide, the two subunits separate or dissociate, and when required, they are rejoined. So this is the structure, overall structure of ribosomes. And coming to the functions, there are three important functions. That is, the ribosome, a complex molecular machine, is the site of biological protein synthesis. That is the site of translation, where RNA gets translated to yield a protein. Ribosomes link amino acids together. Basically, they weave the amino acids as and when the mRNA gets translated in order specified by the messenger RNA molecules. So ribosomes are the catalyst. So earlier there was a belief that only the proteins can be the enzymes. Now the newer findings have provided that ribosomes are also catalysts. That is, RNA molecule can also act as a catalyst. So they are extremely important biological processes which involve peptidyl transfers and peptidyl hydrolysis. Basically, peptide bind formation happens at ribosomes. So these are the three functions of ribosomes. Any doubt, you can reach me on my WhatsApp number, or you can leave a comment in the comment box so I can clarify the same. Thank you very much.